I've had a lot of trouble here. Been trying to, I thought I was videoing with that stupid new thing that cost me 450 quid, and it's not been recording, or it has, but not when I thought it was recording. And God, so all the footage is lost. Well, there wasn't any footage, although I have used the dash cam. So the dash cam has, so, oh God. So yeah, problems with technology. So we've got the AI Meta glasses, and I thought I was recording all the way up when it wasn't, and I got here and I actually switched it on. So I'm having problems with it, trying to figure out how it works. Really don't know. It's not very helpful parking there. People are so fucking stupid. So the only thing is, we did actually record the journey on the dash cam. So I've turned it off. So we're going to be able to get the footage off that. So very disappointing. Not surprising. It's definitely not surprising. Definitely not surprising. Any new technology that I get is going to be a freaking nightmare to get it working properly. It's 4:20. Back in at third. So yeah, I don't know. Well, I've always had a storage issue, Google storage, and that's because I don't want to pay them. So I have problems with the disc, you know, the card, the backup, and everything. I've got constant trouble with that because they try to make you pay storage. Broke down truck. problem with these glasses is the same problem. Like, so I've got a phone right in front of me here, and I can see the button's bright red, so I know it's recording. The problem with the phone is look at that stupid bike lane. And you're still getting numpties on the fucking road. Oh, that is just pure political control, power. That's what that is. Spend all that money on something that nobody's using. There's somebody walking up there. What the fuck does that say? There's a push bike, right? Who's on the road. So what are they going to do? They're just going to stay on the road, aren't they? They're not going to go over and use that bike lane. My God, it's getting windy. So sit rep is the AI glasses failed me badly. But so there's a bit of zip merging, and there was a Jeep pulled out in front of me, and that's the only thing we really need. We'll get that off the dash cam. Apart from that, it's a bit disappointing, but the idea was to record driving whilst wearing glasses, and so far it's not happened. There's Balbeggie. An A road with a 20 zone? No. So the thing that brings you life, comfort, freedom is what the Green Communists are trying to take off us, and that is the road infrastructure. So they've got this thing where it's bad. You know, like, you're bad if you're using a road, bad if you use cars. It's a Green Communist playbook. And it's cycling fannies. Usually the ones that argue with me on Facebook are normally working for these quangos. A massive scam. So how do you solve it? Well, get back to Tony Blair. He's the one that started all this stuff, and he's the one that should be jailed or worse. Prime Minister be a multi-millionaire? You know, why? You know, you're supposed to be a public servant. So when did the whole thing go down the drain, so to speak? Yeah, hopefully I can get used to these glasses and get them to work for me. No, I won't be very happy with them. Try and send them back, I think. So far it hasn't gone well. They've failed. Big queue behind me. So we're in another 20 zone. We're on an A road, but we've got to do 20. Potholes. Did they fix the potholes? No, they didn't. Burlton. We're not even doing 20. We're stopped. Mitsubishi. So nobody in their right mind would do 20. Still says 20. Wasting our money on signs. Everybody else is doing 30. Tractor. Oh, fucking traffic lights. We're just slowed down there to go over a speed hump, I think. But I thought it's narrowing road, 200 yards. So the AI glasses are fucking shite so far. I haven't been able to do fuck all with them after 450 quid. We'll figure it out. I think it's something to do, it could be something to do with Google and my account. Fucking complicated. How does somebody else ever go on about? Everybody else seems to manage all this shit. There's traffic lights. think about all the dangers in life. You think about these NIMBYs that are always going on about 20 zones. What about these trees? You know, are they like that with trees? Should we go and chop all the trees down in case a tree falls over and lands on top of some children? What about aeroplanes falling out of the sky? What about fires? You know, what about yeah, fires are a big danger. Why don't we eradicate the chance of fires? So the 20 zone thing is something that they can get their teeth into. You know, it's a little thing they can moan about. And I think that's really what it is. It's just something that they can get stuck into. Because a lot of the other things are a bit obscure, so they can have a right lump about it. We are hiring production operatives up to £15 per hour plus a £50 bonus. Why would you do it? You're going to be totally tied into that company like a slave. It's actually slavery is what it is. You're not going to get any enjoyment out of it at all. And freedom, and you're never going to be able to buy your own house or anything. It's £15 an hour isn't enough, and the tax is going to take their cut of land revenue. I've seen when I worked for Northern Tectonics on Nelson Clan, they had a factory. That's the closest I got to a factory. A Unibog. It did conk out after 3 minutes, the AI glasses. I wonder if that's significant. I'm going to try them one more time when I get here. It's actually really frustrating if you think you're recording and you're not. Wasting your time. I've watched videos of people like making videos using these glasses and they all look pretty good. So it kind of sounds like a storage issue, doesn't it? So I emptied the phone out before I left. It's very confusing because you've got Google storage and you've got the card on the phone. You've got all these factors. It's complicated. I find it complicated. What storage? Storage on what? You know, and it's like, so it kind of sounds like it. And it's conked to it after 3 minutes. Let's try and catch up this truck. And there's Scott Fan. Range Rovers in there. Longlies. Wow, we're getting to do 40. Wow. Indicating. Why is he indicating? I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that to turn off there. Is that going? It's going down to a farm. Alright. I suppose, yeah. So we're heading towards Forfar because we are looking at alright, what the fuck's fucking sleep fucking humps. Ugh. Turn left up here. Kinloch Arms. An old building that. So that's like your NIMBYs, so they got on about 20 zones, that's their thing, isn't it? So what about that's if you think about all the dangers in life, when statistically, I suppose statistically the chances on the aeroplane landing on top of you is pretty slim. But fire's not that. Chances of fire's not that slim. I mean, equally you could have the same kind of paranoia about people having e-bikes and stuff or electric cars. So the 20 zones is just something they can get their teeth into and they can really like double down on it because the sign's up there. It's territorial then, isn't it? I think it's partly territorial. Sort of you're going through my village or my town, slow the fuck down and everything. NIMBYism. Is that where we went to that? I think it might be. We went to that house for that meal. We're going to get to Glamis, we have to turn left. I think it's to do with storage because it was on and it was working and then it comes out, and that's what happens when the phone is full. So the storage is full but the phone isn't. So I think it's to do with Google. It thinks it's full